Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, see, folks, sampler free series of videos I've been doing for a while now. We're over there to try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious crap that, depending on what I'm doing in my day and stuff like that, depends on, maybe I'll be wearing a cool shirt. I'm not wearing a cool shirt. I'm just wearing a grody work shirt. Might be in my back room with all my cool stuff. I'm not in my back room with all my cool stuff. I'm in my truck with my okay stuff. I mean, I got some pens. I have some Listerine because I feel like it's good to have that available if you need to freshen your breath. Somewhere I got a hat and I have some Gatorade and stuff, so it's okay. It's not as cool as the back room, but it's serviceable. Anyway, if I'm in the truck and I'm wearing a grody work shirt, then chances are that means that I went over there and was on my way to a place after work, found something to review. It's very much the case today. So what am I doing for y'all today, folks? Well, we're doing boom! What the hell is this? Well, it's from Dunkin. You can kind of read it. And I've done plenty of Dunkin-related reviews. I, in fact, have a Dunkin playlist of just stuff that I've done from Dunkin, if you're interested. And this one gets added to it. What is it? This is the Dunkin Blood Orange Iced Refresher. I've done a number of the refresher flavors in the past. I think I did the pineapple mango one and some other ones a while ago. So if you're interested, like I said, there's a whole playlist for those. But this is a new one, and I've never tried it before, and I figured, all right, cool, let's do this. Now, here's the thing, folks. Full disclosure. About a week ago, I bought one of these from Dunkin, as you do, and I was planning to review it. However, at the time, I was very under the weather, to the extent where I couldn't really taste or smell things very well at all. And by at all, I mean almost nothing. Like, there was a solid 2 days where, I was living on basically just super spicy ramen because A, it was super cheap, so I wasn't wasting money on, good food that I couldn't taste. And B, with it being spicy, I at least had some sensation of it. So, yeah. So I have technically tried this before, but I couldn't taste it or do anything with it, so I never did a review. Now we're getting to it. So this hopefully will be the perfect thing for me. For one thing, I like blood orange stuff. My brisk blood orange video, for whatever reason, still gets a decent amount of traction. So thank you to everybody who watches that video and comments on it and stuff. I'm glad that my review can help you. Hopefully this will be as good or better. Let's give it a shot, folks. Let's see what Dunkin brings to the blood orange. Now, I'm going to swirl a little bit because you can see it's kind of darker here than there. I want to see if I can get a little bit more of a even coloration. Because I know when they go over there and they squirt the stuff in, they go over there and make the flavors, it's like, obviously it's going to settle to some extent. Maybe a little bit better. All right, let's give it a shot. Okay. All right. I'm glad that I went over there and decided to redo the review on this. Well, not redo the review, but to purchase this item again so that I could actually do a proper review of it. Because first time around, I couldn't taste anything anyway, but this is actually pretty good. I like it. It's got a decent... Now, it has to be mentioned, it does have sort of an orange flavor, but, the emphasis is the blood orange aspect of it. So it's not going to taste, like typical orange. Plus, it's a refresher, but if I'm not mistaken, the refresher aspect, it's still like a tea technically. And you can definitely taste the tea aspect of it as the, I can't think of the word. I'm super tired, folks. Aftertaste, that's what I kept thinking afterthought. And that was a weird afterthought to have about that. But yeah, you can taste the tea on the aftertaste, not so much while you're, drinking it at first. You're definitely getting more of the orange kind of, ice flavor. And it's nice. Blood orange is a great flavor. It definitely is different than standard orange. It's got a little bit more complexity, I would say. Whereas it almost has like a mild kind of bitterness to it. And at least for me, I like it because it kind of, it creates a contrast that sort of elevates, the sweeter acidic flavors. And you do get that to some extent in this. I mean, it's not super crazy, but it's doing the job. It tastes fruity. It tastes refreshing, which is ultimately, that's one of the things I do worry about a little bit sometimes with like the refreshers specifically, because if they go too heavy on the flavoring with the syrup, it tastes kind of heavy. It tastes too sweet, and so I'm glad that in this instance that's not the case. They seem to have done a pretty nice ratio. Either that or my taste buds just aren't quite back up to par just yet, and maybe that's what's going on. But at least from what I'm tasting, I can taste the orange. I can tell that it's not just a typical orange flavoring. It's got a sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet by any means. And, and like I said, and then it does have that, sort of taste of tea at the very end, which you can kind of, depends on how much you like that. I like tea to a certain extent, but I need tea to not taste super like tea for me to enjoy it. This does a perfect job of that. If I just get a little hint, excuse me, if I just get a little hint of tea at the end, I'm perfectly fine with that. But yeah, this is good. I like it. It's going back to what I was talking about with the blood orange brisk. Is it better than that? No. The blood orange brisk is definitely better than this. But, it's nice that it's available as an option. And, it's something you can grab quick from Dunkin. And, like I said, it does its job. It's refreshing. Yeah. It doesn't feel like it's too much. It feels like you're getting the right amount of flavor, the right amount of sweetness, right amount of, kind of tea and aspect, and stuff like that. Yeah, I like it. Now, that said, would I recommend it? It entirely depends on what you're expecting from it. If you're somebody who is a big blood orange fan, I mean, you're going to get some of that. It's not going to be on point for probably what you'd hope, but you are going to get some of that. It's there. Now, if you're not a blood orange fan, well, obviously, then why are you getting a blood orange refresher? I'm just saying. If you're somebody who's in between, it's a perfectly fine drink. It doesn't taste overly orangey, doesn't taste overly sweet, and it's a nice thing you can pick up and just go over there and just have as a nice little drink as you make your way throughout your day. So yeah, I would ultimately recommend it. Like I said, I just think if you're going from the blood orange brisk to this, I mean, it's probably not going to be quite up to the standard, but it's still good. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, and folks, if you could go over there and have yourselves a truly refreshing rest of your life, because, folks, I mean, that's a good thing to be, right? Like being refreshed, it's a nice feeling, nice and clean, you go over there, you take a nice shower, feel all fresh and clean and all that stuff, and then you go over there, maybe you have a nice beverage on a hot day, you feel, refreshed and hydrated. It's all, I don't think there's too many instances where, refresh is a bad term. Even if you're like refreshing your computer or something like that, that's typically a good thing. I mean, it might be a solution to a bad thing, hopefully, but, so it's not that bad. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole, okay? I cannot stress that enough. Now, folks, at the time I'm doing this, I'm about to start a lovely 3-day weekend that I have had saved for months. And I've been looking forward to it. Few things are kind of going right in my life right now. And I'm happy, I try to be a positive person, but obviously there's negative aspects, things going on in my life at times make me not the most jovial of individuals. So with all that going on, it makes it pretty easy for me to go over there and, not be an asshole about things. But that said, I know that that's not going to last forever. It'd be nice if it did, but I know it's not going to. Eventually, I'm going to have a bad day, or something's going to come up that's going to put me in a grumpy mood. And when that occurs, I'm going to try my best to take it upon myself to not be an asshole. Now, I might fail, because I'm human, but I'm going to try to mitigate the level of assholishness in my life. It's better for me. It's better for you. It's better for the world. I'm just saying. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there, folks. Maybe you're going to go over there, you're going to try a blood orange refresher from Dunkin. And it's going to be fantabulistic for you. You're going to love it so much, you're going to go over there and you're going to plant a blood orange tree out in your backyard. Is that possible? I would imagine it depends on your geography and soil type and all of those things. I am not a botanist in any way, shape, or form. I don't grow things because, well, that just doesn't seem like a thing that I'd be very good at. But maybe that's not the case for you, and maybe you have the right soil type and the right conditions, and you're going to have yourself a wonderful blood orange tree. And you're going to go over there, you're going to love that tree, you're going to nourish that tree, go over there, harvest some delicious blood oranges periodically. And you'll go over there, that tree will be on your family plot for, generations. Generations of family members enjoying delicious blood orange treats. Or, conversely, you could do something that's actually not too bad of an idea. I mean, maybe not, maybe you don't have to go over there and plant a blood orange tree or something like that, but maybe you could. But maybe you just go over there, hey, maybe plant a garden or something like that. Or maybe just go over there, help plant, replant some trees and stuff. That's a thing you can do, right? Right.